Hey ladies and gents, we are back with some Avorion. Sorry, I was kind of off the beaten path there. So this is going to be Botan and the boss Swok fights. Those two right there are really great artifacts. One has to do with hyperspace jump, and one has to do with turret mounting. So these two are going to be farmable. And you're going to want to farm it if you're going to have. Hey ladies and gents, we are back with some Avorion. Sorry, I was kind of off the beaten path there. So this is going to be Botan and the boss Swok fights. Those two right there are really great artifacts. One has to do with... Yeah, apparently I got that screwed up. Go figure. Where are we at here? We are, of course, trying to figure out why I messed that up. So we're still jumping here around little by little to try to find a boss. He is found, like I said, between 380 and 430, and we are looking for roughly, like I said, between 380 and 430. So stay on this center line on the outside edge, and of course you're going to find him here. So let's jump around and see if we can find him here in one of these empty sectors. 1 in 20 chance you're going to be able to find him, so we're just going to keep jumping until we do. A few more guys. It's not going to take long. He's usually normally not this hard to find. Sometimes he takes a little longer than he should, but you know, what are you going to do? That mining ship's getting really annoying. And like I said, we're going to do boss Swok and we're going to do the Botan fight. And since we're going to just kind of live stream it here to give everybody an idea of what's going on. Jump to the next one. And it helps if you do, like I said, once you stay in the empty sectors, your jump hyperspace recharge gets quite a bit quicker. All right, come on, boss. Should never take this long. Literally 20. With one out of, if you jump 20 times, you're going to eventually run into him. But this is getting ridiculous. Usually I find him accidentally most of the time. Come on. What's your Steam? Hey, really guy. Things and stuff. What's your Steam account? Z3M is usually my Steam account. So Z3M, Z3M1, I believe, one or the other. All right, come on, boss. Where are you? You are somewhere here within this area. I'm actually going to do a video on... I was surprised that people actually like my ships. And I'm not a great shipbuilder. I tend to be more tanky and armored than really maneuverable. So if you haven't watched that... so I might end up just putting them up on for the public. Depending on if I change some ships or not. Come on, boss. Where are you at? He's being a super big dick tonight. One or another. Yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, if you want to look at the ships, or of course want to use them, I'm going to put more up on there. I have tons of ships that I designed and built and changed, all that kind of stuff. So. I have only put just a few up there, and usually they're just the low. Well, I shouldn't say low end. Some of them aren't quite the end game ones as well. But feel free, if you do friend me on Steam, just change them, because like I said, when I built the ships, I never was really that knowledgeable about the game. So they're not, for the most part, the most maneuverable. And I don't put a lot of brake thrust on any of my ships because I just fly that way. That's one of those deals when you're flying through space, you know, you turn your ship around, use the actual engines to brake and not the thrust that you can put in with different kind of thrusters. Alright, boss, you are super big dick tonight. This should never take this. And it seems like every time I want to do a video on this and I try to start doing it, and I'm like, come on, just show up. Let's get this fight over with. Get it on! Apparently he's going to make me work for it tonight. But, you know, for video's sake, for gameplay's sake, you're going to have to show kind of exactly how long it takes to do this. And my wife is also gone for the weekend, so there's a good chance I might be streaming a lot this weekend. She went on some sort of scrapbook retreat, so I got the kids this weekend, and she's not around, so that means video games, and more video games. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go to do anything. Alright, come on. Boss, you are being a super big dick. I just finished watching your mining ship. Hey, thanks. Okay, yeah, I can link it to you guys. And one thing we could do a bit more of the in-depth guide with the system upgrades. I've seen the one where you got uploaded already, but I was curious if we could do another. Yeah, I'll try to. There's 240 other Z3Ms. It's no picture like low 2.3 in the States. Yep. I'll post a link to my actual. I don't have split screens either, so if you see me jump out and start talking to you guys, I don't always pay attention to what's going on. Alright, so this is getting ridiculous. This is going to take me the 20 actual jumps to do it. But if we get this done, maybe I'll just keep streaming tonight. I got to do some stuff like build some new depot ships, move some crew around, change where I'm raiding at. So maybe I'll do a little bit of that too as well if you guys want to stand and watch this for a couple hours. Alright. Apparently boss is not feeling it. It's not like he needs to. There's actually a formula too. So if you go to the wiki, you can see the formula that'll let you kind of figure out where he's at. But typically it's between right along the outside edge here. Let's jump back that way a little bit. Maybe I'll have better luck on the other side of the line. We'll go essentially west of the border. It's normally not this hard to find. Go figure. Oh, there's 240 other Z3Ms. It's actually not that unusual, I guess. This guy is... God, what is this on my, like, getting close to my 15th jump, maybe? This is some of the problems with finding bosses, that he can be super pain in the butt. Botan's usually pretty easy because it's something that's relatively easy to find. So how you guys doing tonight? Being a beautiful Saturday night, right? I gotta be getting close. This is getting ridiculous. I don't think I've ever had to jump this much to find him. Normally he's pretty easy to find. He's not like he's... It's not like he likes to hide much. And like I said, once the very first 3 games? Yeah, the very first game, I only made 3 jumps and I was dead by Boss Swok. So, that was, you know, 2 years ago, whenever that was at. But apparently he's being more difficult than usual. Now I just want to keep harvesting him over and over and over again. You gotta be kidding me. You better be here. We're getting pretty close to the 20th jump here. It's that 120 that's gonna kill me here, I bet. Oh, it is Friday. Jesus Christ. I'll things and stuff. I'll post it on my deal here, so you can find it. The actual link, because apparently Boss is being a super interesting character for some reason. So we will do that real quick here. I'll post this for you guys so you can find it. There's my Steam profile for you. All right, let's back to finding Boss Swok. Like I said, I think I'll probably end up. I didn't realize people were actually interested in my ships. Otherwise, I would have, you know, put them up on the public part of it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Just when I want to do this kind of stuff, where I want to make a video and show you guys how to do stuff, Boss Swok does not want to help me. Let's trek back toward the other direction. And sometimes it also depends, like if you find them in one sector, that you find them early on, and then sometimes you go to a different place in the map, it doesn't always want to pop up. I don't know why. I think it's just, they're just difficult. Hopefully that helps. What's up, Dragon Tech? Yeah, I love the new ship generator. It's pretty awesome. I like the new looks of the ships. It's kind of weird because I go back into my old games and they still have the all square blocky ships and the square blocky ships and the stations. And then you go jump into a new sector and it's all, you know, it's uploaded and I've never been there before, so then it's all got brand new stuff. Even this game, I think I started before the block generator, so there's still some sectors that have that don't have the that have the old style ships and stuff in it. So I'm getting to the point where I'm not, when I run into him, I'm just like, I'm just gonna ram him. This is getting ridiculous. Come on. Honestly, if I don't find him in the next couple jumps, we're going to go do Botan, because this is getting ridiculous. We should have found Boss Swok by now. It's like he doesn't want to spawn. And sometimes, honestly, that does happen. He might not want to spawn. Or we might just have to change up the sectors here. I know I can find him probably... let's jump. Maybe jump that way. And maybe go back to where I usually find him. I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of weird how this works. Alright. I usually find him up here. So maybe I need to go back up there to do this. It's taking way longer than it should. That's obviously for obvious reasons, because... let's jump to that. No, let's jump to here. And we'll take the wormhole to the north, and we'll go back up to... And like I said, this sometimes happens. I don't know why. If you find him in one sector, and typically you might not find him in a different sector, but if you go back to the original place you were at, you might find him. Alright, so we'll jump to that wormhole, and then we'll go up to the north here, and we'll start jumping through that sectors there. Yeah, I know, I'm still trying to find him. Believe me, this is super annoying, as usual here. Just like I said, every time I want to start a video and try to do something, you know, stuff like this happens here. So, let's see if here we can get the, somebody apparently sent me an invite. Or, yeah, so there you go. Everybody can, if they want to download that stuff, they can. Alright, let's jump through that wormhole and let's get up to the north here and see if we can find him. It's like you're always like, okay, I'm going to tell everybody that he's within 20 jumps, you should find him. If you find him between these two these two numbers on the grid, you'll be able to find him, no problem. And then when I go to do it, fuck, here I am. Still trying to find him. So we should be in this area. Group of small alien ships. Wormholes. Gotta love them. Best way to get around the galaxy. I should do a deal on scout ships and finding wormholes, because they make a huge difference if you want to travel anywhere in this galaxy. For example, you know, here, this wormhole takes me here. I jump another wormhole and it jumps me all the way up into this area. 2 wormholes get me halfway across the galaxy. So yeah, it makes a huge difference if you can find those wormholes. Especially with like the Neonite, if you're trying to get into Neonite, trying to get into Trinium and that stuff, and instead of having to do the constant jumping to do it. Because I think I got one cargo ship that can make from the outside edge all the way to the center, or close to the center, in a matter of probably 4 or 5 jumps. And it doesn't even have a great, you know, actual jump range. So is everybody super excited with the release of Avorion? I've been waiting for this thing to be released. I've been playing for like 2 years in this game, so it was kind of nice to actually end up getting. Oh, is this it? Nope. 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 Oh, Jesus, come on. Hmm. And there's, on the wiki page, it'll actually show you a. Oh, never mind. There's the Headhunters. Of course, the Headhunters want to kill me because I've been raiding the crap out of this area. Typically. Let's blow these guys up quick since we haven't had anything to blow up. You know, it's always crazy, right? When you use your own torpedoes, how it never seems to hit anything. But these guys' torpedoes are super accurate. Oh, you missed me completely. Alright, so that should shorten up our jump time here. Yeah, look at that. Really hate you guys. Really hate you guys. Finds people in people's in blogs and not gaming. Yeah, I don't know why that shows up that way, category-wise. Seems like it's kind of strange. Come on. Why do you have to be so difficult, game? I'm going to have to put a disclaimer down on the below. If you don't want to watch the first 10 minutes of bullshit, jump to some other. And that should give you a better idea. I'm pretty sure, like I said, that it's usually that between that 340 and 380. If you stay on that edge of the, you stay like right on this edge right here. There's a 430 to 380. Of course, like I said, there is also a formula you can use, but typically this is where you'll find him. And I'm not sure why I'm not finding him. He should have jumped. I know I've made more than 20 jumps here. It's like he's like, no, you can't farm me today because I've farmed him enough. Oh, for the love of... I should have just did the video. What I thought I was going to do the video, but I thought, you know what? Let's live stream it. And he's being difficult. Not like I said, literally. Is that a workshop ship? No, it's this one is of course a workshop ship, but it's just been changed. The original ship was the original one I started out with. I've changed it modified it for this part of the game here. So I might upload this one too. I'll have to switch some stuff around here. This has got some Zanny in it. I try to keep multiple versions of a ship, because if I, obviously if I start out in titanium, and then, I go to trinium or whatever, having a mix match of materials, if I upload it, something like that, and you can't play with it until you get to those materials. So typically I try to have, the big difference is once you get to shields and shield generators and all that kind of stuff, then you can't really switch back to titanium, that kind of stuff. Oh, please let this be it. Come on. No, crap. So they get for not paying. Jump over there. Yeah, that kind of fucked me on that deal. Yeah, I do, like I said, I normally do too, is completely and utterly do that. Come on. Honestly, this is getting ridiculous. This is just getting ridiculous. Sometimes this is what you got to do, I guess. Now, fuck it. We're going to come back to this. I am tired of jumping. It's looking like it's just absolute crap. Let's go do Botan. Alright, we're going to switch the sector craft here. We're going to do him. We're going to jump into him. Okay, so Boss Swok is being an utter asshole tonight. He is not spawning. Let's go do some of this other stuff, and then we'll come back to Boss Swok, maybe at the end of the video, if I can get him to jump or spawn. Alright, what we got here is Botan. Botan's an asshole. Just so they're all assholes, really, when you think about it. And typically, to get to Botan, what you need to do is find a smuggler's hideout, and they'll be found in the yellow sectors. There's a yellow sector, the unknown hidden mass signatures. You will find one of these, and they're literally called a smuggler hideout. Next to the smuggler hideout, you will find a ship, and it's called Botan Smugglers. There you go. In this situation, since I've already farmed him a couple times, he's mad at me, hence why he's red. But to do this, we're going to talk to Mr. Smuggler. Let's go to the greetings. Interested in earning a lot of money? Yeah, I want to learn some money. Take to the cargo to the checkpoint. Just sent you. Should be easy as pie. No problem. We just gained one suspicious good. New mission, easy delivery. And we can look at this from the, where's the missions at? Why am I not seeing? There we go. Easy delivery. So the strange whatever, and the smuggler delivers to 271, negative 231. If you look on your map, and you'll see that 271, 271, 231. So he's right there. So that's the one we're going to go to. Usually you'll get a question mark right there. We'll tag that sector in case we got to find it. And we're lucky enough that it's just on the other side of that wormhole. So we're going to be able to make this relatively quick. So let's jump into there. We're going to jump to that wormhole, and we're going to jump up there to get the easy delivery done. Now, when you jump out here, you're going to end up usually within the first or even the second jump. You're going to end with a bunch of cruisers going to be there. You're carrying suspicious goods, and they will try to scan you. You can usually, depending on what sector you're in and who you're friends with, you can usually get away from them without picking up any sort of bad rep from it. Yeah, so we're going to go north here. Let's look for a wormhole. This ended up being pretty sweet. A lot of times you jump, you might have to make multiple jumps to get where you got to go. This one just happened to be at the end of a wormhole that I've discovered, so it's going to be relatively quick. This is a dedicated scout ship. It's still based off the stuff that you see with the miners. This just has more more engines and all that kind of stuff here. So we got a couple of pirates. These are the frigates. They already don't like me, and these are what typically you'll find them. They're usually the first and sometimes the second jump. All right, so there's the coordinates for it, and we're gonna roll and try to get Botan here. These guys really don't like me. If you do this next to a faction that you're friendly with, there could be some issues because they'll have these frigates waiting for you on the. Usually it's a second jump, and then if they get too close, they'll scan you and they'll see it, and they're like, well, then you have to run because to make this delivery. So here we go. We should be running into boss or running into the smuggler. There's Botan right there. We're gonna talk to Botan. I have your goods. So we can try to stonewall this. He's just gonna screw me. Blah blah blah. You can tell him whatever. Yep. Okay, so here you go. We'll give it to him. And as soon as he gets it, he laughs and runs away. Awesome, right? So he's taken my suspicious goods, and he's run away, and I get paid. I got paid for nothing. Shortly after that, you'll get an unread message, and you'll get a thing that says something along the lines: "It looks like you've been betrayed by Botan and the smugglers too, and I think we might have a common enemy now. I'd like to work with you. Meet me at 213-182. 213. So he's going to be up here. There he is. Enemy of my enemy. We're going to tag that sector just in case. So we are here. We got to get up to there. So it's going to require a fair amount of jumping. That's why I use the scout ship. It's just easier to get to get up there, as I get better jump range and all that stuff on it. So I don't have any wormholes going that direction. Nope. So this is going to actually have to be a jump. All right, so let's head off in that direction. So we're going to acquire a little bit of time. As long as we stay in the empty spaces, we should be fine, and it shouldn't take too long. If you're doing this otherwise, yeah, should be pretty quick jump through up here. We'll just have to jump through that gate to the easy delivery. Now, before we get there, there's going to be some things. He's going to ask for a list of materials to build a hyperspace, essentially destroys hyperspace engines. And that includes, the cargo-wise, you're going to need to buy these or steal them. You're going to need an electron accelerator, an energy inverters, a fusion generator. Well, you'll need two. You'll need one electron accelerator, 5 energy inverters, 2 fusion generators, 1 neutron accelerator, 2 processors, 8 semiconductors, and 6 transformators. You should buy this before you go out there and talk to him. Otherwise, you're going to have to run back and buy this stuff or find some place you can buy it. I usually just load it up before I go. This, of course, is still on the wiki page, so you can look it up on the wiki page to get the right order or what you exactly need. But this is the material you need to build this hyperspace overloader. All right, we're off to the races. Let's get up there, and we're going to talk to him. He's going to tell us he's going to give us this list, and then we'll have to go and get it. And you got to be shitting me. Excuse me. Stupid breaches in space. Now I went the wrong way. Oh, God. All right. Let's, you can pay it. All right. Screw this. All right. So we are going to get out of here. and we're going to decide whether we're going to fight this fight or not. Since this is a scout ship, it's specifically built to go really, really fast for long periods of time. However, I'm curious, once we get out of here, if I can put enough on here. I have a lot of shields and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not sure what I have for turrets, if I can actually beat him with what I got laying here. Let's go DPS. They must have changed this, because these guys were never here. So let's drop the... Oops, I gotta put some Xanian on there, and I don't have much for... Can I change that? Yeah, I can take that off. We're gonna use one of our armed turrets, because I'm gonna need this really quickly here. This is kind of unusual. I didn't exactly plan that, but hey, you know what? Oops, still can't get the Xanian block, so... We're gonna blow his ass up just because, spite him for being a douche. There's the Xanian we need. Let's jump on here. Let's put one. Another Tesla coil here. So that puts us up to 4 at 12. A bolter. And... four slots. Can we up ourselves up to, so we're up to 5K. And we got 2 slots left. So what are those 4 slots? Those are 2 slots. I always like a little mix and match here, right? Alright, do I have enough for gunners? And you can do this if you're playing crap. Gunners might be an issue. Good thing I always carry extra crew members on here. So I should be good for gunners. Alright, we are good to go for this fight. Typically I don't do this because this is a scout ship. I just don't ever use that or use this thing. So Boss Swok, he's got quite a few baddies right there. And of course, he's just essentially just a bigger, badder pirate. So we're not going to try to get in here too much of a fight. There we go. Yeah, we got a little bit of everything here. This ship is built for speed, not combat. Alright, so there's Boss right there. Let's go screw him up real quick to make a pass on him. Now he's gonna... You can, of course, just kill Boss to get the artifact. You don't really even have to get in a fight with the other guys. He's gonna drop it as soon as you kill him. So there's the purple upgrade that you want to see right there. So we're just gonna roll in here. However, there is some really nice turrets. Alright. I'm gonna run in here and get this stuff picked up. There's a couple nice turns from this fight. There we go. We got the artifact, and we picked up some of the other stuff too. Let's see what we're. Yeah. Let's see what we're looking for. Shields. We're at 97.5%. We're pretty good. This does have quite a bit of shields on there. Let's pick that up. Let's just blow these guys up. There's a reason why we blow them up, because there's a fair amount of good shields here. Mostly the dickheads that are firing torpedoes at you need to roll. Those are your biggest threats. I don't think I've ever had him spawn this far in. They must have changed that, because for the longest time he only spawned on the outside edge. So I was wrong. Sorry guys. I was jumping around out there for no reason. I've found him out there, but now he seems to have changed in the So apparently you can find him a lot closer to this spot. Get rid of those guys and their stupid torpedoes. Yeah, what's this? And then we're gonna sweep through here and clean up a bunch of this stuff. I mean, they're not really great stuff, but they will be when you go to research. You can use a lot of this for the research part of it. Yeah, let's just pick up as much stuff as we can. And did I make the jump for this yet? Nope, we're gonna have to do it. So they've changed this a little bit. Apparently I was wrong. We used to pick him up here, but apparently he's moved in. I think somebody just told me that in chat. Sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. So let's get out of here before we have to fuck up anywhere else. So apparently they need to change that description. All right, let's get out of there. We've picked up that. That simply amounts to, oops, the first artifact that you're going to pick up is going to be this guy right here. It's a permanent installation only. We want you to install it permanently, which I did with this one. Gives you 10 armed turret slots, which is pretty nice. You're not going to find anything like that until you get up to this one, where you're going to get 9, which is a legendary, but this one's 10. So you put these two together, you get 19 turret slots. Makes quite a bit of difference here. All right, so we're back to getting this done and over with, because I have to go all the way back around. Lovely. Yeah. He did say it. Damn it. We'll spawn between the titanium and neorite areas. When did that start? Shows you how far long it's been since I've actually farmed him. Well, we farmed him in this game, and I know we found him out on that edge. So apparently I'm losing my stuff, or I'm just, yeah. Unless he's gotten a bigger, only thing I can think of, there's a bigger, they made a bigger area for him to spawn in. But yeah, it's typically, which is weird. So I found him over here to the 280s, and normally he's here. So unless they've made it so, it used to be 380, roughly 380 to 430. This was the area you found him in, and now I found him up here. So all the shit I just said to you, probably, maybe I should have looked it up. I did look it up. I know I looked it up, and I've played this game multiple times. That's what's crazy about this whole deal. So let's get up here and let's get our deal for boss, or Botan, and then we'll go kick his ass. So Botan's going to be one of the first ships that you're going to run into if you do this early game that's going to have shields. So you're going to have to adjust your usual weapons for that, specifically if you want to use more energy-based weapons and less physical. The energy-based weapons are going to, of course, get through the shields quicker than the, like railguns. All right. And we're going to use that gate because I don't want to go all the way around that. So we're going to go to Bright Sacrament 3. Looks to be that one right there. All right, let's head for him. The cost is only 191. So like I said, I'm not a best ship designer, so most of the time I'm doing stuff like that is to slow down. I don't put a lot of brake thrust on my ships. So I just used to use the old, not even old, that's how they pretty much fly spaceships now. Turn around and use the main engines to stop your forward thrust. Or your forward, how fast you're going. Alright, he is here. Now we're going to talk to this guy. He's apparently still not happy with Botan. I'm actually going to have to put that in the description below. Just jump to this number here and we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm almost positive it still said Botan is found between those coordinates. But I'm glad you said something, Dragon, that apparently it's changed. Alright, we're here now. We finally get to talk to this guy. Hello! I've heard some impressive stories about you. Except for the part where I can't find Boss Swok. That's everything else is true. How do we stop Botan? I will do anything. So you can have these conversations with these NPCs for as long as you want. Alright, I'll help you. Since I have to remain here, I need you to organize all the parts I need to build the disruption ray. I'll send the list of these ones to your ship. Come back once you have them. Do what you must. Just give me the parts. Alright, so the mission update, enemy of my enemy. And we should get the email of, yeah, we should be able to get the upgraded. Let's jump out. So now once I've already gone over the material that you need. So if you brought it with you, you just jump out of the sector. And you jump out of the sector and then you can jump back in again. Once you jump back in again, you can give it to him and he'll give you the hyperspace overloader. And of course, I'm pretty sure you can find it under the missions. Yeah, here it is. It shows back. You have to go under the missions here and you should be able to find it. Neutron accelerator, electron, fusion generator, everything I just told you. That's what you need. So he's also the mysterious figure turned out Botan's ex-chief engineer. Alright, let's jump back in there. We'll exchange the goods for an overloader. So, there's the hyperspace overloader. Alright, so we gave him all that stuff, so the hyperspace overloader is his, and we are on the way back to kick his ass. Thank you, Dragon Tech, for that. I saw your post and I was like, that ain't right, but it's good to know that you're paying attention. I didn't realize they took him out of the newbie area and put him out. They put him out a little further. So we have this. I don't need to stay in this ship. I'll eventually bring him back. We're going to jump back to one of my warships, which is... he's up here. Because I was looking for Boss Swok in my usual spot. Yeah. So, yeah, he's right there. Alright, so let's jump over to... switch to this craft. And we're going to install this so we can make this... and of course we need to talk to the Botan smuggler again. So is he there? Where's he at? He's here in this one. Sometimes they don't stay in the smugglers. They jump in and out all the time. So, can I do this with this? Yeah, we're gonna drop that off. So now here's the overloader right here. And to make this work, we got to put it into the slot on the top here. When we get ready to... So to actually fight him, you have to have this installed. If you don't... I don't think I have to have it installed permanently. Alright, so we're going to jump over here. We're going to talk to Botan again. And Botan's found at any smuggler's den. There's usually one there. So you don't have to do it in a specific part of space. You can just jump to any one of the... You can do it right up next to the barrier if you find any smugglers then, and do it there too. So like I said, the difference here is Botan is usually the same guy all the way out here on the edge or all the way next to the barrier. He's usually typically the first guy you run into that has has shields. So you want to be prepared to deal with ships with shields, which I am pretty easily here. I'm still out here farming some stuff. All right, so Botan is back here again. There he is. Let's talk to Botan again. Yes, I want to earn some cash. Take the checkpoint I just sent you. Should be easy as pie. So I've gained these suspicious goods, and he's given me a set of coordinates at 348, 142. 348. There he is. Easy delivery. So that means we got to jump. Alright, so we're going to have to use some of their gates. Some of the enemy gates. That's one of the nice things about being able to use the enemy. You can still use their gates even though they hate you, hate your guts. Otherwise this would be a little bit longer jump than it should be. And I've already pirated the shit out of those guys, so I don't think there's even a ship in there to deal with. So we got our suspicious goods. We got our overloader installed, hyperspace overloader, and all that happy horse shit. Let's get out of here. Let's go get the next thing. So we're going to need to jump to that area and jump across that one of these. Otherwise, I have to go all the way around. That's kind of one of the nice things about, these hyperspace rips. They really kind of annoy you. So you typically want to look for at least one gate to be able to get out or get around them. Otherwise, you spend a lot of time jumping. And it sucks if you're early game and you run into one of those and you go the wrong direction. Then you're like, well, fuck, here we are. We're screwed, Alright, so there's our dudes that usually end up coming after us. This usually looks like to be the second jump. We need to get to that guy, so we're going to have to jump. Oh, no, we can go here. Sweet. We'll just jump in there, and then we'll jump across. These guys are not really much of anything. We're gonna wreck their day. Run through him pretty quick, and we're getting ready. So since these guys are baddies, I have to blow them up, otherwise my jump will be here forever. I should just capture a couple of these guys, and I do have a couple borders left, I believe. Yep. Alright, so that should drop my jump range back down to normal levels. Yeah, 75 seconds, but better than nothing, I guess. Alright, we're going to jump that while we're sitting here, because I'm tired of that thing beeping all the time. Where is that mining ship at? It's down here. I think. Did I lose him? There he is. Alright, so I was running that. Asteroid fields. And what do we have here for asteroids to do that are relatively open? Alright, mining ship. We're going to stop what he was doing. And we're going to jump him up, so we're going to go... we'll go here. mine. Jumping back to here. Jumping back to the... Where did our resource depot go? Is there a resource depot here? Yeah, it's there. So we'll just continue to here, and we'll have him refine ore, or we'll have him refine ores. I'll jump him back up to here, and then we'll loop it. There we go. So he should be good to go for a while. All right. I don't recall if we're out of alpha. Yeah, it's out. It's out. It's actually, the game got released March 9th. Jumbo, how do you keep the game? How do you find the game has changed? It's changed a lot with the supply and demand, with the all that other crap. So we are looking for a gate that's going to the southeast. Let's see here. That's typically how you find the gate. That one's northwest gate. This one is east southeast. That's the one that we want. It's gonna cost me 100 and a little more than that, I guess. So we're gonna jump through the gate to get to the other side of that barrier to go kill him. With the new ship generators, the new supply and demand, this game is just utterly different than it was, you know, just 6 months ago. It makes the game, yeah, they just keep making it better. Maybe that's the word for it. Let's jump through here and get to the other side. Then we'll get into the Botan fight. But yeah, if you played early in this game, you probably aren't going to recognize, well, maybe half. You know, there's been, like I said, there's been that many changes with the from the economy to how the ships are built to how systems are built, the boarding parties, taking stations and all that kind of stuff with the borders. You can capture ships now. Yeah, there's just been a ton of changes. All right, so we are here. What? Did I go? Oh man, did I go the wrong direction? Went east southeast. I should have east west. That's when you get to the point where you're tired and you're like, God, that looks like a right gate, but it's not. So we got to jump back through there and we got to go through the right gate, which isn't a bad deal either because I still have this cooldown. So the longer I can sit and wait for the thing to cool down, so when I get to the next sector, I should be able to jump out. And you notice that if you're in an enemy sector, you have a longer wait because somehow they've made space jammers for your jumping. All right, so let's not fuck this up again. That's southwest. There we go. That's the one we wanted. So we're at 223 seconds. So, and that timer does not stop even if you jump through enemy gates. So we're gonna wait. You know, once we get to the other side, it should be 200 seconds there. Ah, fuck it. We're here. Let's just blow some of these guys up. So when I come back to harvest this system later, they're just one that much less. Ooh, doggy. That was nice. There's an exotic. Let's pick that up. Triple chain gun turn. Probably not got a whole lot of damage, but it's going to be when we do some upgrades and stuff. research, I guess, we'll be able to use that to make quite a bit better weapons. And that's going to be in another video, well as turrets and all that kind of crap. Alright, so what do you got here, buddy? I guess we can pirate while we're here because we got 170 some seconds to wait before I can jump out of here. Alright, just picking up some loot here. There's a yellow upgrade, or yellow weapon, looks like. Some sort. I typically don't pick them up if they're whites or greens. I generally try to stick to the blue and above, so when I go use the research, they help with the research when you're researching better turrets, weapons. So it looks probably like another pop gun. No, it's an R salvaging turret. Probably a low-end iron or titanium. Still works out though. What do we got here? Got one more baddie. Just like every time you go to look to try to find somebody, they're like, "Hey, where have you been hiding at?" Alright, so kill him. He ain't got nothing, just a bunch of white common stuff. So we're down to 80 some seconds on our cooldown here. Let's pick this guy up. Maybe we'll... This is a mining sector, so there's really... The problem with trying to raid a mining sector is their ships, the sheer amount of HP for the asteroids. You need a fair amount of... see if I can hit some with a railgun. Yeah, I'm making some dents in him. Alright, so to do the asteroids, they're going to be quite a bit bigger than that I'm able to do with this ship. Alright, so my cooldown's back to 6 seconds here. Let's look at, so he's at 9.6 million hull. Yeah, I just don't have the weaponry to do that kind of, to take that much HP out. You would have to use, yeah, a fair amount of railguns to be able to raid one of those mines. Even though it used to be one of my favorite things to do because they usually had such sweet stuff in them. Let's jump in here. Let's go. So south-southwest. Out southeast south. Got my directions mixed up. Going the wrong directions every day. Alright, back to this crap. Okay, we should be able to jump because we've waited our time. Alright, let's jump over there, and then we have to do because of the rip in space, I can't directly go to it. Alright, so we are looking for there. That is where Botan is. Still got 60 seconds. A lot of jumping around to do this crap. Keep on deving the game for 2 more years? Wow, that's good to know. Good to know. Alright, 20 seconds here. Let's get out of here. And this should be the fight. So once again, this is Botan. He's not really that hard. He's just... He has shields. And he's usually in this level of game, he's usually around 850 Omicron, something like that. So he's not like he's super hard. Alright. Oh, there he is. So we'll talk to him here, and he's going to give us a couple options here once we talk to him. we can be able to give your goods, or we're going to destroy his hyperspace. We're going to destroy it. It's going to charge, obviously, once you install it in your systems. And his down they've been changed. So let's talk to him. I have your goods. Wait a second. You again. Screw this. I'm out. Well, you can't jump. So prepare to die. He is kind of a crafty devil. He likes to move around quite a bit. And he's about, 546 Omicron. Sorry. And 283,000 shields. I like to tend to get pretty close with him and try to keep my turns, electrical turns on him as much as possible. Those are what really goes through shields. So we're down to 85. Try to keep him in there. If you get close enough, he will stop for a little bit, and you can probably get into a position where he can't hit you with those turns. But since most of my electrical weapons are under 4-kilometer ranges, we have to get relatively close and keep him. Because if you don't stay on him with his shields, you give him a little bit of time, in 30 seconds they'll start to rebuild. So we're going to pull around the backside here. And some of these bolter weapons have the ability to, I believe the bolter weapon has the ability to go through his shields. That's why you're seeing the hull drop as well in this fight. So I'm getting down his shields down to 47%, but the bolter weapon is able to, I think it's the bolter, it might be the chain gun. I have one of them that has ionized shells. All right. Come on. And we'll see exactly how much actual damage he did to this ship. He's not even getting remotely close. Now you can, of course, jump out of this fight. You don't have to fight him if you're not ready or equipped to do it, or you're losing. Or you can make a run for it and wait till your shields recharge. As long as you don't take a hit for 30 seconds, your shield will recharge. Now I do have a salvage laser on here. It's not doing me a whole lot of good because it can't penetrate the shields. However, the salvage laser will become in pretty handy once I get into past his shields. I should just turn it off, but yeah, what the hell. So down to 14%. I already got most of half of his health knocked off. And if you're really thinking about it, as far as I know, unless they've changed it, you can't board bosses. I've wanted several times to board one of these guys. There we go. Shields are down. Now we can start wrecking. You can see with that salvaging laser how quickly I'm targeting his engines specifically to keep him from moving. But we're just going to wreck right on through him. And we're already at 11%. 3%. Yeah, there we go. Now he's dead. We got a little bit of trinium out of there. We get a double bolter turret, 175. And there, of course, is the purple, the legendary artifact that we've been waiting for. Excuse me. And we'll pick up some of the trinium and, of course, the other junk. And these guys are back. Go figure. So let's look at that artifact. What does that artifact do for us? It gives us plus 10% to our jump range and negative 50% to our cooldown. Super nice. And like I said, if you're building a fleet, this one and this one are great. If you're going to have multiple ships, those are what you want on there. All right. I'm not even going to get into a fight with them. Anyway, Avorion 2. All right. So I'm exactly to make sure which weapon that was. Almost positive it's one of the. Is it one of the bolters? Chain gun. Tesla. Yeah, it's right there. It was a chain gun turret. It fires ionized projectiles, which means it gets a 92% chance of penetrating shields. So yeah, it was the chain gun turret that was the one that was going through there. Sometimes you just have to look at your weapons and see exactly what you have, or be like me and not pay attention. Go figure. So I'm not going to go back through that gate, otherwise I'm going to have to deal with all that crap. If you have a problem like this, just turn the alliance info off and turn it back on again, and then that'll go away. Oh, he is a devil. And since he's here, I'll have to kill him. Far out is he? He's 120 kilometers. We just got to knock out the jammer guy. We're gonna jump out of here, and then I'm gonna get back to what I was doing before I started screwing with the whole. All right, so he's dead. We're just gonna jump him out of this area. Ooh, look at that! Chain gun turret, 2-gate chain gun turrets. Those are nice. They're not do a whole lot of damage, but when I do the research and upgrades, being that they're exotic like that, it makes it a lot easier here. So we're gonna jump into this area, and we're gonna leave it. So I'm gonna get back to what I was doing before I started this, which is moving. So now you watched the video about me being a pirate. If you haven't, go watch it. And I've been pirating in this area up here, just to try to keep my relationships good down here. So now I've switched that pirating. I've moved it up a little bit into a better section area. Typically stations up here in this part of space have about 225,000 HP, and they carry just a certain amount of material. Since I'm moving up a little further into the space in here, so we're kind of getting on the edge of the Neonite here with this rating and this stuff. Their stations are bigger, so they carry more material. And surprisingly enough, the guys that I'm in excellent relationships with hate these guys. So they're not gonna be, by pirating here, they're not gonna disturb my relationships. These guys also hate these guys, and these guys over here, these are the same faction, but these guys hate these guys too. So it's a win-win situation. I found it's just almost perfect for what I want to do. But I'm gonna start moving my depot ship from this area. I don't need him here anymore. So that is the other, my other scout ship, and I'm gonna move him out of here and send him back down the wormhole. There we go. We're gonna send him there, and they can do the auto now with, they can take their own wormhole. So we're gonna send him down here, because we're going to reset up our depot here, which means I don't have to go up that long wormhole, and it's easier to send my material up from out here up to where I'm going to build turrets. However, that means I'm going to have to move my depot ship, or I'm going to erase my depot ship and move it to another sector. So that's going to require removing the materials on this ship and crew, because I'm going to rebuild it in another sector. Now, if you don't know what the depot ship is if when I was doing all this raiding up in here, the materials I collected that I wanted for railguns and other turrets get left on this ship until I'm ready to move it back toward the center of the galaxy. So I'm just absolutely not sure this is not even remotely close enough to handle all this material. Oh, no. There's a salvage ship. Screw it. I hate dropping this much or titanium, but I don't really want to run it over to the. I don't really want to run it over to the. There we go. I don't really want to run it over to that deal. I don't want to spend the time and effort. So we're just going to grab just the material off of this ship and not the scrap. Oh, they did change that now, I guess. I could have, of course, changed that, the pickup on this ship now. Because now they give you a choice what material you want to pick up. You can pick up normal material, you can pick up ores, you can pick up scrap, pick up stolen items, pick up dangerous goods, pick up illegal goods. So I guess if we really want to, we could just turn off the pick up the scrap and pick up the ore. And just decide just pick up. So this is something they changed a little while ago. I completely forgot about that. So it just shows you exactly how much I remember of what's going on. All right, so we got quite a bit more. Scrap iron. Let's dump that. We shouldn't pick it up anymore now. Oops. And let's see if we can transfer more of it over. Not enough room on my ship, so I guess we're gonna have to go into the builds and do the old Jenga blocks, as somebody call it. Cargo bays. And we'll see if we got enough crew to make this work. It should. Not gonna add that much to it. I might be able to put another one on there. There we go. That puts us up to 26. Yeah, we're good to go. This is why I always carry extra crew on my ship, in case I have to do this. In case I have to do this, adding cargo bays or adding cargo pods. I mean, I don't have to do this right away. You can probably get away with this for a little while before your ship starts to deteriorate and all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's get the last of this moved. All right, so we didn't need quite all of it. So let's look at how much crew I got to transfer. Why do I not even 59 mechanics? Transfer it all over. So we have all the crew, all the material off of that depot ship. What we're going to do is enter that depot ship. And we are going to, I can remember right if I actually save this one. It's just essentially just a big asteroid. The reason I use asteroid is because you get a large amount of hull for this asteroid. Literally, before only cost me 9,000 iron and gave me 2 million hull. So that's why I use asteroids a lot in most of my stuff I do, because it's just that much easier. So we're going to save this design because I'm probably going to I'm going to recreate it down here. So it's not really that bad for prices. 500,000, and we're going to get rid of him. We'll turn this off. We'll turn the rectangle. We're just going to delete him. So he's done. And now we're going to move all this stuff down to my new happy hunting grounds. And we are going to take salvage 1 as well. We're going to move him. We're going to move that ship down. All right, so let's jump out of here. Get over to the wormhole and get it down to the bottom, and then we're going to rebuild the depot ship for that area. And then we're going to stick all of our crap in there. Ooh, you can really feel the load on that one. Normally I'm up already over 5,000 meters a second. But carrying this much extra crap really makes a difference. I've gotten antimatter chain guns before. Yeah, one time at a plasma shot. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna have to go over all that stuff because I'm not terribly sure. You know, they've changed so much, right? And I haven't been keeping up on all the stuff that we're doing. So I'm gonna have to go over all the weapons and the ionized hulls and all that kind of stuff because it just changed here. So I have a place picked out. It's ideally what I want because there's a smuggler's hideout, and there's also the wormhole right here that takes me up. It gets me so I can jump here and I can already get, you know, I can jump to another wormhole and jump up into where I'm at, where most of my crap is at. So I'm still going to do my raiding here at this point. We're just going to pick. All right, so let's go to that area. That's the place where I'm going to be raiding from. And we're going to reset this ship up. We're going to start dumping cargo off on it. And most of its stuff is that some of its stuff is actually used for railguns and Tesla coils and all that kind of stuff. And some of it's just probably don't need it, but eventually I'll probably go sell it somewhere. All right, so new location. Where is our? There he is. He's way over there. There's the general area I want. So there's Botan still here, or another Botan, I should say. And my raider ship that I've been using here in this area is there. So we're gonna run over here. We're gonna build our new depot ship and get these cargo pods off and get the material off. Notice that they've changed up the warp points too. You have to fly a lot further than you normally used to. So now this is going to be my new, where I'm cleaning stuff, cleaning materials, and of course, storing materials for turrets. So we're going to jump out of here. For our probe, we're going to move off a little bit. And we're going to found a ship. And it's not going to be Alliance because we just did this with multiple... we just did it with multiple ships. So we're going to do the one, found our finding fees, and then we're going to go immediately up to the top here, go to fleet, we'll switch it over to the Alliance, and we just got away without having to pay Avorion again. Alright, back into our build mode. We're going to use our save designs, and we've already got him there, so let's use him, apply design, and we've brought him back. I wonder if I should just paint some of that stuff. I mean, I'm not really a big guy into worrying about paint colors, but sometimes you got everything look black, right? There we go. Now all my cargo pods look like black ones. Okay, so let's go to... I gotta get this guy closer here, and then I'll fill in my... We'll drop all this cargo off. Alright, and we also have to exchange crews. We'll do that from this. Yeah, so we need... Was it 66? Let's go 55. So we need more mechanics. Alright, and we need... and we need a few more of those. So, we should be golden. For crew. 65, 64, 100, everything's... We are good to go. So jump back into this guy. And now we can Get rid of our cargo pods. Costs a little bit to do this, but for the most part, you're just losing a little bit of cash to be able to carry more stuff, not just material. Get that back down to where it was originally. There we go. Now we lost our lieutenant, so we're not going to need to upgrade that. Okay. We're golden. Depot ship set up in our new location, and we have a crap ton of material to clean here. I just did a raid before I started this video. This is my... So this one's quite a bit bigger. I essentially expanded the ship. Now I'm up to 508,000 hull and almost 1 million in shields. So we are... Yep, there's the depot. So this thing's loaded. We're going to run over there here and we're going to drop off all of our booty. Because we're pirates, right? It's got to be called booty. God, I just want to blast you, but I'm trying to get a fairly good relationship with that smuggler. Alright, let's get a little closer. Sorry, I have to jump out and look at the comments. So if you think I'm ignoring you, I'm not. I just don't have a split screen here to do this. Alright, closer. Things turns like a pig, worse than usual. Still the transfer between these two are not the best. So we got 85 processors. We're going to transfer those over. Solar panels, transfer those over. Targeting systems. This is all stuff I'll either use for later on for to sell, or I'm taking it upstream to the closer to the edge of the barrier. That way I can start building more turrets, because I need better turrets to start raiding up higher up, and of course to get into the barrier I'm going to start running into bigger, badder enemies. So it's always better to have better guns. And you are... Yeah, everybody hates me here. Luckily I don't care. So this is mostly stolen goods here, and we're going to talk about this as well for the what you want to do and what you want to do with the stolen goods, and what you're going to brand and unbrand. So like stolen, so you have a choice here. You can unbrand the stolen goods, which means when you do it, it's clean. You can go take it off. However, you are going to lose up to like 30%, I believe, is the difference. So when you go to unbrand this, it's going to cost you 201. Adhesives is probably, you're only going to get a little bit more for it by unbranding it. The real big ones, of course, are like the military Tesla coils. Even if you unbrand it, you're still going to end up selling them pretty. The lower end stuff, you don't make as much money. So I always try to pick out stuff that for example, the stolen force generators. And this is why I always, the first few times I use the smuggler's den, I just dump for cash, because you need cash to make this stuff, to unbrand this stuff. So we're going to sell some of this stuff, and we're going to unbrand some of it, and we're going to keep it till we can move on to selling it. One thing you also got to remember too is with the supply and demand, if you use your trading chips or your trading systems to locate like a hot commodity, for example, in this area, a hot commodity is steel. They're paying 30% plus. So steel might be something I have a pretty good chance I'll probably unbrand and go sell, because that extra 30% that I'm going to gain from the supply and demand is going to cover my cost of unbranding it. So I'm going to make a little bit more money. Steel doesn't really sell that great, but if you pay attention to your trading systems, fact, let's see here what I'm pretty sure that other ship has. Yeah, this one does. On almost all of my, I'm sorry, on almost all of my, of course, on almost all of my trading ships, I have a trading overview. So here in this general area, medical supplies are hot. They're selling 12% over. So fusion generators are 8%. Water still 30%. But yeah, steel's at 22%. So I'm looking at stuff here. Semiconductors at 16%. Transformators at 15%. So when I'm going to go up there and unbrand stuff, I'm going to probably be looking for stuff that's in that 10% or above when I unbrand it, because I'm going to lose cash on branding it. However, I'm probably going to make it back in my percentage on supply and demand. Something to remember when you're doing the whole unbranding thing here. So, oops. All right, let's back to what we're going to do with this thing. So I'm going to unbrand some and I'm going to sell some. So let's do with the sell stuff first. Explosive charges, I don't really need any right now, so we're just going to sell it. Food bars, not something I typically look for stuff that's over at least 1,000 credits or more. We're going to sell the fuel. The guns can be worth it, I guess, but I typically, when I go to trade, I don't spend the high pressure tubes. That is a needed thing for railguns, so we're going to keep them. Medical supplies are the same way. Metal plates, we're going to get rid of those. We're going to keep the Tesla military Tesla coils. Nanobots, those are a dime a dozen. We're going to pick those up. Nitrogen, nope. Oxygen, nope. Plasma cells, don't have much need for those. Already had a bunch. Power units, same way. Servos, you can never have enough servos. Once again, those are a prime ingredient in building turrets. Solar panels, still no need for those. Yeah, I'm not gonna brand those. Steel, once again, you're gonna make some cash off of it, but I'm typically only work toward the high end as much as possible. Targeting cars, targeting systems, transformators. I got a whole crap ton of those. Vehicles and war robots. These are probably going to be worth it. Stolen war robots, 8. Stolen warheads, we're going to drop those off because we don't want those. Stolen water, could care less. I already have a crap ton of wire. So we've sold off the stuff that we're not going to unbrand. This other stuff is going to be needed for turrets and, of course, some profit here. So it's going to cost me 23,000 credits to unbrand the war robots. I'll be able to sell these for above 100,000. So I'm going to make a pretty good chunk of change just off the 8 we got there. So let's unbrand these, and of course you're going to see the big difference. Ooh, I forgot about this side. What was I not thinking? I didn't start here. So we're going to back to the selling. We're going to get rid of the adhesives. I'll get rid of the ammunition. Don't really want to haul that stuff. I'm pretty selective what I haul. I generally prefer to get the high-end stuff like body armor. They make my trip worth it. But it's entirely up to you if you want to do the trading thing. And I got a trading video coming up for this as well. Energy inverters. Now, if you're gonna need that for the boss, or Botan, the smuggler. Energy inverters are one of the hardest ones to find. You can only usually find them at turret factories or trading posts. So if you're trying to find them, trading posts are usually best bet, and you're going to pay out your nose for them. But I don't need them anymore because I've already got the energy tubes. Got plenty of those. Force generators, we'll keep those. High pressure. Yep. So that's sell. Now we're going to unbrand a bunch of this crap. This is where the price is going to get. It's going to get expensive. But we're going to make some pretty good cash off of selling some of this stuff. Medical supplies usually sell for 3K plus, depending on where you find the better deals at. Same way with the Tesla coils, stolen servers, targeting cards, Targeting systems, unbrand those. We're going to unbrand the vehicles because we can usually sell for those for 100K. And 157, so... Well, I'm sorry, that was the sell prices. So unbranding is going to be 46. I can sell those for 100 and plus. So yeah, unbrand them. So this is going to cost quite a bit, but I'm going to end up doubling my money when I go sell these guys. So it's going to cost me 7 million to unbrand them. I'll make 14 million when I go sell them. So you can see what I typically like to use the high-end stuff because I don't like to make a whole lot of runs to sell crap. So I usually unbrand the high-end stuff or stuff I'm going to possibly use with the turret factory. Or don't bust into the enemy or the don't shoot the enemy smuggler's hideout. Can't believe that just happened. I'm also going to buy a cargo license from these guys. That way I don't have to worry about coming into the system and constantly getting beat up. You guys are just kind of pissing me off here shooting at me, Botan. You can harvest him as well. He has a few upgrades you can get out of him. So let's pull over here. Let's dump the last of our cargo. And I'll eventually probably just load it on the Britannia there and run it over to the neighboring faction here and sell off the war robots and everything else that I could possibly use. Just get out of his range. That's all I got to do. He's going to die one of these times. I'm just getting tired of his... Every time you come in here, he's always screwing with me. Alright, let's transfer that all over here. Good to go. Alright, back to the build mode. Let's get rid of some of these cargo pods. I'll leave the one on there because I'm probably going to go do some raiding yet tonight before I go to bed. Good night, guys. Everybody that was taking off to go to bed. Good night, guys. Alright. We're back to... Got our depot ship moved. Now we're going to head over here and we're going to go back to raiding. What do we got? Wrecks, pirates, scrapyards, chemical factories. Nothing really great here. I'm going to have to start jumping out further to find... Yeah, we're just going to have to start jumping that way and see if we can find some better stuff. Better stations to raid. Alright, there is one there. What's over here? Ooh, military outpost. Hell yeah, let's go get that. Military outposts are one of your better raiding points because they usually have the high-end stuff like medical supplies, military robots, those kind of things. Well, you know what? I brought salvage 1 down here with me, didn't I? Alright, salvage 1, where are you? Let's run you over to there. And there is a bunch of wrecks right there. Yep, I blew up most of the stuff there, so we're going to take salvage 1. And we're going to run him here. And we're going to have him salvage. I believe there is a... resource depot there, so we'll have him here, I can't believe I just did that. Find the ore and we'll bring him back. Makes the jump. We'll jump him back. Oops. Yeah, figures. And we'll bring him back to there and we'll loop it. That seems awful complicated for what it was, but it'll work. Sometimes I don't like those bottom half of that bar to work with because it covers up whatever I'm doing. Alright, we're almost to that system. Alright, this is going to be nice. Trading posts, there's a bunch of trading posts there. Like I said, I typically try to hit repair docks, trading posts, and shipyards, because you usually have some of the really nice high-end stuff. I stay away from chemical plants, obviously, because there's just nothing there to actually worth it. All right. I was at 50 million, so I did lose a little bit of cash by unbranding that stuff, but when I go head it back in there and actually sell some of it, I should be well over 65, 70 million by the time I get done. All right, let's get the fight on. There should be lots of stuff here to kill. So you can see these guys are a little bit stronger than where I was at last time, but I'm also a little bit stronger here. Way more shields and way more. Ooh, is that what I think it is? It's the turn factory. Those have lots of nice stuff in them. Alright, so where's all the baddies? There's another baddies. Let's get this fight over with, because we're going to have to get a bunch of ships in here. They usually jump in 10 ships. Yeah, then we're going to start raiding here. Let's talk to that guy. There's a freighter here. Let's see if we get lucky enough he'll drop his heart cargo. He did drop his cargo. Nice. Alright, start blowing up some ships. These are some upgraded railguns because they don't have no shields at this level. So the railguns just absolutely wreck these guys. And once again, I moved into this area because the stations are just bigger. I'm going to get more loot out of them. So I'm going to leave my happy hunting grounds to the north and come down here to the south and pick up more material. I'll pick up more booty. It's all about the booty. And it's pretty simple, like I said, to move. And eventually when I get a ship big enough, I'll start moving more toward the Trinium area and the Xanian area to raid there and pick up more stuff. Alright, anything that dropped that was worth crap? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there's the cargo he dropped. Let's see if there was anything in that cargo. That's some ways you can talk to the freighters and actually ask them to drop them. Otherwise, you have to blow them up. So does he have anything? He doesn't even have any cargo on. So I'm guessing this is probably something that's pretty lame. Usually the drops on cargo ships are lame. Even when you blow up a cargo ship, it's usually pretty lame. It used to be the happy hunting days back in the day when you used to be able to do that. Let's see here. How long do I gotta wait? 11 seconds. Sweet. It'll be something cool like wheat or meat, like cows in space. I used to get a lot of shit back in the day. Ooh, medical supplies. That one was worth it. All stolen. Nice. Ideally, it would be best to, of course, use boarding ships or get close enough and use your scanner. If you get within like 1 kilometer of a ship, or we can actually do this here on the station too, it'll give you a idea what's on them. It'll only give you just a little bit. It'll just tell you, and it works on ships and stations. You can get a scanner upgrade that you can make the distance a little bit further out, but if you get relatively close, you'll see down here in the bottom right corner, semiconductors, microchips, and gold. That is what's on that station. But it only gives you 3. So obviously there's more there than just 3. Same way with ships, you get close enough and you can tell what ship, what is on that ship. But lately, like I said, ships have been an utter waste of time. They don't haul the stuff they normally do, and it's a little bit more entertaining. However, military outpost usually has some decent hardware here. Oh, you gotta love railguns at this level. They penetrate so many blocks. And most of these military outposts usually have some form of weapon. Alright. Alright, let's see what we got out of that deal. I'll bring the salvage ship over here and salvage some of these stations. Some lots of good stuff. There's some more war robots. Ooh, there's a yellow double chain gun turret. Some more stuff we can use for stolen body armor. We can make some good cash out of that, even though there's only 10 of them. What else do we want to kill here? Pick up all the stuff. I'm going to use my salvage ship to break these up so I can pick up the stuff that's not stolen on the inside. There's that big block right there. Most likely that's another cargo bay. We'll just do it right here. We'll see if we can show you how it works. Usually there's at least, yep, there it is. Now this stuff won't be stolen. They always leave the cargo bay behind. That's not. Am I out of cargo space already? All right, let's jump up the rest of that. And there might be one more possible cargo bay here. Usually I use the salvage ship to do this, so I'm not wasting materials, but we're doing it for science. Yeah, so there wasn't much there. It looks like a couple little pieces. Oh yeah, it's not configured to collect. Not configured to collect ore. All right, let's pick up another double bolter. Yeah, blue's always better. Blue and higher. You can do greens, of course. It just takes more time. Blue gets you up a little further up that. So what was the other one I wanted to do? I want to get that turret factory. Processor factory. Yeah, we'll leave him. And we'll go grab him. With railguns, you want to try to find the spots where it penetrates as many blocks as possible. That's why you'll see some at 9,000 hits. Is that there wasn't a lot of block there, so it didn't penetrate. On the sides, you'll see 19,000. All right, ooh, high pressure tubes, love that. Got a control system turn out of it. Copper, force generators, all the stuff I need to build turrets. Some of that stuff I will probably sell because they don't already have a bunch of it, or I'm going to need for building bigger and better. Lots of high pressure tubes. Those are nice. Some steel. Pretty sweet. And we're going to use that salvager when we get over here sometime, and we're going to salvage that station and take out the non-stolen stuff. So with that said, guys, I'm off to bed. Thanks for watching. I'll try to be on. I'll try to be on tomorrow, probably streaming. Like I said, I put the Discord up on the top. Guys can jump anytime. Join my Discord. It's open to anybody. It's not, it's not a private deal. So jump in if you want to play some Avorion or whatever you're playing, because it's a multi-gaming community. So we play all kinds of shit, from World of Tanks to Rust to whatever. So if you guys want to, go ahead and jump in. I'm on right now. If everybody wants to jump in, I'll be playing for a little bit while longer. If you guys want to jump in and talk, that's cool too. So good night, guys. Thanks for watching.